Here is an invite to a crucial meeting. The following communities and villages that comprise the host committees of notice invite to an important meeting with representatives of Abia State Government in connection with proposed Abia Airport project at Nsulu, Isialanga North Local Government Area. The communities and villages that are invited to this crucial meeting include Mbouncing, Umuamainta, Umuezenta, Okwala, Umulenwa, Umunkolo, Umuala, Obaha, Umuosu, Ibutu, Umuode, Umuezuku. Venue, Conference Room of the Chief of Staff to the Governor. Date, Thursday, 6th February 2025. Time, 12 noon. It's expected that relevant stakeholders such as community leaders of the affected communities, village heads and accredited representatives of landowners of the project should attend this meeting and punctually too. This is signed by Pastor Okorugo Aji, Special Assistant to the Governor on Lands and Housing and State Coordinator, Abia Airport Project. Sound of Abundance 2025. Freedom World Assembly International presents SOFA 2025. Theme, Fruitfulness in the Land. Date, Friday 14th to Sunday 16th February 2025. Time, 4:30 p.m. Are you laboring without results? Come and receive grace to be fruitful. Venue, Abayu Umwacham Primary School Field, Abowere Road, Aba. Ministering, Reverend Ugo S. Akwarandu. Apostle John Sagur from Switzerland. Ministering in songs, Evangelist Choma Jesus and Freedom World Fire Voices. Come and receive salvation, revival, miracles, breakthrough, and family deliverance. Dry bones shall rise again, and you shall be fruited.
FFP MSME Business Meeting. Are you into garment, shoe, or leather works business and ready to scale your business to the next level? Join the Fashion Future Program's MSME Business Meeting and gain access to finance opportunity, business development support, market linkage, and digital commerce, information or intellectual property protection, a thriving business community. Date, 6th and 7th February 2025. Time, 10 a.m. Venue, Nobik Event Center, 7 Up, around Obohiul, Aba. Don't miss this opportunity to grow your business and connect with the right network. Be there. For more information, please call this number 0707 930 5887. Again, 0707 930 5887. Announcer, Future Fashion Program by Ethnocentric Limited.
Special appreciation. On behalf of our families, we thank immensely our friends and well-wishers from far and near who found time to come, and those who...
That's us. Feel the magic.
There is no water, electricity is in politics. Women are marginalized.
As the democratic space gets broader and political activities become more intense, with many Nigerians angling for relevance and agitating for their voices to be heard, Magic 102.9 FM Aba has taken a giant leap by providing the needed platform that captures the essence of your individual, corporate, and most importantly, your political needs.
You see, the government is trying, but it's just this insecurity.
Yes, showcase your aspirations, opinions, and more as a politician, political party, government, community, organization, association, and more. Join Magic 102.9 FM Aba on People and Politics, Mondays to Fridays at 9 a.m. For inquiries and participation, please call 0903-28.
Igbo land here. In fact, sharing the same seconds boundary, if you ask me. And so when you hear presidents in Nigeria going out, either to London or to France, or to Dubai, it's second home to them. And I give you a clear example. For Buhari, it was London. For Atiku Abubakar, even as vice president, even as an intending president, a perennial one, Dubai is the second home. And for President Bola Tinubu, Paris, France, is his second home. So you can understand where I'm coming from now. Anyway, in the course of the program, you get to understand why I'm talking about where people go, and then when they go, saying, no, be that place. Now they are home now. Meanwhile, it's not their place of birth. Let's go today. It's People and Politics. And my name is Bonnie Onugu.
I am Anastasia Odochi Uchenna. In the course of the show this morning, we'll talk about the president's trip to France. The Senate has commended lawmakers over commitment to the Emmanuel Macron. This is according to a statement by his special advisor, Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga.
All right. For Ethiopia, this is the second time in less than 2 months. But for France, of course, you know that France is like second home, which, of course, gave light to our introduction this morning. The African version of the trip, for me, I'm elated about that. At least Addis Ababa, we all know that is the capital of the AU, which used to be the... in fact, do you know, I've forgotten what it used to be? It's the African Union. Okay, I'll remember it. Don't worry. Okay? So, whatever it is, I know in the course of the program, people will begin to say, Isabi Waka, but if they are for good reasons, particularly the one in Africa, is going to meet with his peers there, other heads of state, and it's a summit. It's a good thing, too, that the French head is also coming. Let them be coming to Africa, too. No be saying only we go to go there, all right? So, Mr. President, safe trip. All right, and as you heard earlier, the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has praised lawmakers for their commitment during the 2025 budget defense sessions. Akpabio emphasized that their role in ensuring a viable financial plan for the year was commendable. He made this remark while presiding over followed. And as an advocate of equity, I did say, what about, whether I call it North Central or Middle Belt, Development Commission? No wahala. But the fact here is, where is the place of the governors? I thought the essence of having the Niger Delta Development Commission was because of the peculiar nature of the Niger Delta. And I think people who have been following should understand, so that we don't just waste time talking about that. And not only did they get, the Niger Delta Development Commission, they got the Niger Delta Ministry. They also had, some percentages above others in terms of derivatives and all that. But now that every region these development commissions, because NDDC, that was the pivotal commission, actually had its flaws. It had its flaws, and it is very clear to see. So I hope the story of the other ones that just popped up after Northeast, Northwest, Southeast, and now North Central, the stories will not be the same.
Well, the agencies are for intervention purposes, and I hope that it will not be hijacked like the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. But I also feel that sometimes when something happens to your neighbor, you learn from it. The issue of Niger Delta, at that time they were just alone, so there was really, my bishop used to say that when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse becomes inevitable. But now that we have other zones having interventionist agencies like this, we have seen the flaws from the NDDC, and it's only natural that if we have sense and we're ready for this thing to work, we will now say, okay, we're going to do things differently. And I'm also happy that there are now people in charge of these agencies, not just the chairman, but the Senate committees and the House committee chairman. Like for the Southeast Development Commission, yesterday the Senate did announce Ojus Okalu as the chairman. And you know Ojus Okalu now, the man, he get loud mouth. If you do anyhow, you swear anyhow. So well,
and that, even if he's not the one getting them directly, he could influence them. Already is a very influential figure.
But Emeka Ogu is not a small fry, is he?
But fly get size. It's not a small fry.
Emeka Ogu is not a small fry.
With my own eyes, Emeka Ogu is a lawyer, right?
Yes.
He's a big man, right? Has been a minister,
politician.
Right? Has been an administrator, right? Yes, an experienced politician. But beyond politics, there are those who can traverse, what we call lungu. I actually don't know the meaning, and I don't want to tell us the meaning. There are those who know the lungus more than just being a politician and all the accolades in the Niger Delta. So when you put all of these together, we have a lot of reason to be very circumspect about the coming of these commissions. Yes, interventionist bodies, fine and good. The 6 states for the regions that have 6 states, 5 states for the Southeast in particular that has 5 states, no problem. But our eyes are wide open. The example of NDDC should also tell us precisely why, Nobody should just come there and repeat the same thing. That is my take on it.
Still from the Senate has officially terminated the appointment of 3 resident electoral commissioners following a request from the president invoking section 157 subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. Security reports from the national...
During the elections, there were places where journalists were prevented. There were places where their phones were seized, including journalists from your darling station, Magic FM, particularly in Abia North. There were places where journalists were detained. They were not tortured, but they were detained. They made sure that they were not seeing what was transpiring. All of these came out. We had observer missions, international observer missions. They gave their reports, not only in Abia, not only in Sokoto, not only in Adamawa. But what happened? These ones for me are just the unlucky ones, in as much as nobody is reinforcing criminality.
What do you mean by unlucky?
Quote and unquote now. Now I just said that now. Enhancing their funding so that IREB and Beavers would be in place. They were tested up till the eve of election. We were told that nothing would happen. Yes, they worked for other elections, but in one particular election where the voter had 3 ballots, right? The president, the Senate, and the House of Rep. At the same time, that's the National Assembly and presidential election. All others worked except for the presidential election. And the same INEC was quick to say, go to court. What about the oath, as it were? Let's call it oath that you swore to Nigerians. How come there were glitches when it, affected just 1 out of the 3,
account smart cash
mama ya bụ na ịmara banyere smart cash
ha na-enye ọtụtụ onyinye send ya na nọmba Airtel m
ọ dị mma mam dị sharp
ngwa piasa 939 hash ma ọ bụ download ngwa smart cash ka imepe akaụntụ nke gị ka ị nwee ike yorie nnukwu onyinye 20,000 naira na smart cash. Ị ga-esite na onyinye 20,000 naira gị kwụọ ụgwọ oge ọbụla izuru oge okwu ma ọ bụ kwụọ ụgwọ ọbụla na smart cash. Ị ga-enwekwa ike ime transfer gaa na bank ọbụla na Nigeria. Usoro n'ọnọdụ dịkwa ya.
Alo, ọ batala.
Smart cash, Airtel kwadoro ya.
Sorry, madam. There's an emergency. Nokia phone where you sabi tete with the latest features of today's Android smartphones with them are packed inside the Nokia HMD phones.
How say the phone strong go?
Naim be Nokia HMD.
And the battery they last well?
Correct Nokia phone be that now.
No wahala. Package am I go buy am.
Nokia HMD. Now the same Nokia phone will be your paddy tete. All of them bracket for inside that phone shop where they near you. Authorized distributor. Now high brace communication. Number 28 St. Michael's Road, Aba, Abia State. Or number 42 Oron Road, Uyo. Or number 17 Aka Road, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Or make you call them for telephone 080-3327-2120.
Nokia HMD and Nokia phone. Now the same thing, no shaking.
All right, people in politics. Thursday, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, has inaugurated the House Committee on the Southeast Development Commission. Speaking at the ceremony on Wednesday in Abuja, Abbas said the committee's inauguration reflects a collective commitment to ensuring the Southeast receives the development and investment it deserves. He described it as the beginning of renewed efforts to unlock the Southeast's full potential, highlighting the region's resilience, industry, and strong entrepreneurial spirit. According to Abbas, establishing the SADC demonstrates recognition of the urgent need for targeted infrastructural development, economic revitalization, and social progress in the Southeast. In his remarks, the chairman of the committee, Chris Unkwacha, What if there is fire flare from there into my own? As a Middle Belton, and from a village that is just a trek away from my own side of the village, the core boundary with the southeast, I feel this. All right? So it's a good thing coming. It's for the people in charge from the southeast now, from Chris Nkwonta himself and his lieutenants, to make the best of it. To make the best of it. Because when you hear of August meeting, even by women of the southeast, it was for developmental purposes. When you hear of communal efforts in the southeast, it was for developmental purposes. Forget that since 1999, the true essence of those efforts have been, shattered, battered here and there. But the spirit of the Igbo man, the southeasterner, is there.
We come
problem since the days of the Civil War. Yes, theirs has been very peaceful, quote and unquote, but it's a fragile peace because trouble or crisis starts just within a second and it escalates. All right. So when are we going to have these matters settled? Well, as we talk about it, there is need to also not just talk, then when you return you sleep. Follow it up. The governors of the states have to meet and discuss it. The elders and chiefs of the communities that are close to themselves, where these problems arise all the time, should also be made to come and sit together. I can assure you, like you have it in my place, Orokam, Oukpa, some Igalas that we marry from Enugu State, they also marry from us. We go to their markets, they come to our markets. We have, traditional ceremonies which are akin to their own. There are songs and dances. These people in the areas we are talking about also have those relationships. So where you have had tribal marriage, cross-boundary marriages and activities, I think there should be more peaceful ways of dealing with matters that escalate to the point of, bloodletting and people even dying. Well, the deputy governor has an arduous task. He should use his youthful pragmatism to deal with the matter. All right? Make the reports known. Deal with it. If the National Boundary Commission has to come again, why not? And I think that is what is expected. The forum of Jechikuchi and Gabriel Ejesolam as chairman and secretary, the village head said they remained committed to constructive engagement and meaningful dialogue with the government to address all outstanding issues and reaffirm their willingness to explore avenues that lead to a fair and just resolution of all parties involved, or by all parties involved. Anyway, this matter for me is Hydra-headed. You recall that a certain group also said just day before yesterday that the governor should enforce the directive by a judge in Abia State.
View of some of them. So I agree that it's better to speak with people who are knowledgeable on these things than just meeting village heads who may not understand some of the technicalities, who just sit down there and be doing yes sir, yes sir. So I think they make sense.
Well, if nothing else, the pension crisis between the government, the Nigeria Union of Pensioners, and the pensioners themselves is a clear issue, where the pensioners had said whatever agreement was signed, they were not the ones who sent their leaders. All right, so if and these people are very wise, the traditional leaders, for all I care, that we have people already who are talking. We can't come and begin to at the Wadata Plaza. Of course, at that point, Odeokoye stormed out of the meeting barefooted, and you know what happened? He beckoned on his men, and they actually stormed the Wadata Plaza. That also has led to the BOT chairman, their uncle, Nwabara, saying that the Wadata Plaza will not be used for any of their serious meetings again until further gives notice. Further notice. All right. But beyond that, former People's Democratic Party's National Secretary Samuel Anyanwu has rejected the decision of the party's Board of Trustees to affirm former National Youth Leader Sunday Odeokoye as the authentic National Secretary. Anyanwu said the BOT's decision affirming Odeokoye as National Secretary cannot be taken seriously. He and Ode Okoye have been at odds over the party's national secretary position despite the Court of Appeal's judgment. Ode Okoye was endorsed by the PDP's Southeast Caucus following Anyanwu's decision to contest the Imo State governorship election. Upon his return, Ode Okoye refused to relinquish the position, leading to the legal battles. Anyway, there are so many issues that those who are sincere,
I think that what Anyanwu is saying is allow the court to finish. Why are you guys in a hurry? That's what Anyanwu is saying. But the PDP is saying, look, we don't need distraction in our party and we want to go on. And if we want to go on, then allow Ode Okoye to do his job. But Anyanwu is saying, no, I want the court to finish before I will either relinquish the position or otherwise.
Well, I have a friend, is your friend too, who was, a candidate for a seat in a party. And then election had been held. And he said because he was disqualified wrongly, he wants to go to court. Let the court declare that he was not, wrong after all in contesting or whatever they said was against him. A friend I knew.
Okay,
the election had been held. The winner had been declared, had been sworn in in the Senate.
Forum, senators, former Deputy Speaker, House of Reps, to pay a condolence visit to Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde. Wike, who arrived Makinde's residence in company of the former governors of Abia and Benue, Dr. Kizikwa Azu and Samuel Otom, commiserated with the governor, stating that whatever affects him also affects the G5 governors. The delegation also included Senators Philip Aduda, Mao Onwabonwa, Olaka Nwongo, Sandy Ono, former Deputy Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Chibudom Muchi. Similarly, a former Deputy Chairman of the PDP, Olabode George, former Governor of Osun State, Olaguso Inola, former Special Advisor Political Matters to Governor Makinde, members of Oyo State Advisory Council were also at the home.
She was on the ground. She said the victim was immediately rushed to NNPC Hospital Utako by police operatives, but a medical doctor on duty confirmed him dead on arrival. Preliminary investigations revealed that Ono Simeon of Angwambigi, Jabi Daki Biu, that is Daki Biu, and Ifani Chuku of Kuchinguru Lugbe had earlier engaged in dispute over a space to display their goods for sale. Life, and I say where you have to display goods for daily sales. I'm wondering, it's like you go to Wuse Market and you see those who are displaying their wear back then, I don't know if it's still now, on the sidewalk. Maybe this is where they place my own. You can't they place them. Maybe that is what led to this. Obviously, even from where these gentlemen are living, it tells me that they are not, men of high net worth financially. And to fight to the point of our eyes are really red, hunger. Use this kind of opportunity to appeal to ourselves, all of us, to be on our guard all the time, especially if you are short-fused or short-tempered. Please be mindful, because some persons that you have seen may not have eaten since day before yesterday, and that's the fact of the matter. And even if you are eating, what are you eating? How much nutrient is it giving you as a person? All right, so you should be very, very careful. All right, there are those actually who are devil incarnates. Their duty or mission is to go looking for trouble. And that's why the road safety, for instance, will say when you're driving on the road, consider the next driver a madman. Consider yourself a madman. But when you realize you are a madman
within the democratic space.
All right, we're back. People in politics. Time for us to go interactive. You must have been following us. Let's see what you're up to vis-a-vis what we have, trended this morning. If you have emerging stories in your environment, authentic, you can also let us know. The numbers are 0907 677 1029, 0916 988 1029. We also have 0809 666 1029. Then YouTube.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you're still on the line. Are you there? Okay, our friend has gone, because the question to ask is this. Those who went to court, are they authentic? Are they the ones being referred to as the authentic representatives of the people, as the elders have said now? Who are those who are, creating chaos by coming from the other side? A government, as a matter of fact, should be able to identify who truly should be talking with it. And indeed, the court, which has granted an injunction as we speak, should also be able to say, are you the bona fide representatives of the people? This is by way of thinking aloud anyway. All right, so who is next here? Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Elvis.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm calling from Aba.
Okay.
Yes, and the issue of reps, the removal of 3 reps.
He scored goals, eh?
The hand scored 3 goals yesterday.
Is it handball or leg ball?
And the person scored hat-trick, 3 goals. That's what baffles me, the way Tammy was saying it. It's not only the one they know. That one doesn't know how to play. But I know that Arne has to play, because that is why the reason he gives one of his daughters Chelsea. Because Chelsea has to know how to play. Arne, sorry, go and learn how to play football. Let me start like this again. Starting 3 rec without Mahmoud, justified. I don't support it. All of them supposed to go. Like you said, the president don't have to appoint any rec again for us. Let an independent body do it. If I first person to sack, now that's Mahmoud. Just if you don't like, go to court. Just use our voter card, our vote to do anything like. That's number 1. Now, number 2 is this. The issue of Zulu, all this problem about this airport he wants to build. I beg you know, say land issue, they're too much.
Aside where you have your urban states or cities, accessibility and all that, it will also create, roads. For instance, we hear that there's a road now coming from Abia North in that direction, okay, and many more. If you take one to a half year, maybe Arochukwu now, it's like saying you want to put it in you. Okay, let's not go there. We do hope that they resolve it amicably. That is where we are. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Bonner.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, talk to us. We can hear you.
I can't see you guys, but I know I'm on. Ugo Zawaka is my name. I wanted to ask Mr. Bonner this question. If you are a president and you are not on any official leave, is there anything like a public occupier of an office of the president going on any private visit whereby the people who is presiding over does not have the right to know, and you are not on any official leave? That was the question I wanted to ask you, but unfortunately I can't. That they are being disposed of those lands. It is ethical that you at least compensate them adequately, and everybody is so sure that the rightful owners are compensated. I think that is what these guys are asking for. Let me end it here because I can't hear you guys respond. Thank you so much.
Okay, I do hope you turn on your radio now that you are off the telephone so that you can hear us. The first question, my thinking, I'm not privy to how it works over there, but I'm thinking that when you become a president, the world becomes your constituency. Even legally, you have immunity. So when you ask such questions as, how could you? He loves France. That's what I have to tell you.
Okay, and to answer your question, bro, yes, he's entitled to private visits. Like Bonnie did mention, he was a private individual before becoming president. He has family, friends. If you become president today and your mother lives in Australia, wouldn't you go greet mama? It's your private business, and it's nobody's business. Okay, we'll take some more messages, or we'll check the Facebook.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Evangelist from Mukishimu.
Okay.
This Yahoo Maku.
Ewe.
No, he
election that other person won, they declare it another person. If that did not work.
Are facing. Bani Godim, if is anything that's hiding from the public concerning this Abia Airport project, why is it so many doors being raised? The state government should make sure that the good people of Nsulu are all on board with this project. Cheko Onyedi, what is the resolution of the executive and the legislature concerning those elected or who the infractions in the 2023 elections favored? I mean, the state assembly members, the governor, the national assembly, the president, when the system that brought them is corrupt, the product of the system as well should be sacked as well. The intractable leadership squabbles in PDP born out of personal aggrandizement have persisted and will continue to tear the party into dissenting parts, giving rise to mockery from the leading party, the APC. This message is from Prince Lord Shekina. Onua Ikechukwu, in as much as I commend the issue of the sack of the recs of some states who were involved in election malpractices, I do wish to bring to notice that the election that brought the president into is he his father's inheritance? Let him pack out and meet his paymasters.
He was former national youth leader, all right, and he was elevated to that position when Anyanwu was going to contest the governorship election in Imo State. Anyanwu did not get it, and he returned to pick it, and he said, no, you don't come out before. And I think the rules of the party also say the same thing. All right, but they have gone to court 1, court 2. I think the next one is 3 now, Abi.
Okay, the general, please, a separate being inside Ahiohoro have been mounted by Mr. President, though not showing financial probity and prudence in a regime of foreign and domestic loan can only be tolerable if such trips are for regional and global economic development. Henry Ohaji, Aba power is on my neck. This exploitation must stop. He's writing from Obohe Road. Chai. Nnamdi, the governors should be honest in doing things. Why would the governor, Alex Oti, pay few members of the Abia State Teaching Hospital pensioners and leave the rest? He did not even pay up to half of the pensioners in Abia Teaching Hospital. For crying out loud. People are suffering. Chibuzo, DMX Ekwemu, sacking the wreck by the Senate is a good move, but after the sack, what next? There should be punishment to serve as deterrent to others. Anointed Samuel, what is meant by private visits? Okay, a visit that
is what it means.
Okay, watching from the live feed. Oh God, what happened? Wait a moment. I don't know what happened.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Morning, you're welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we can. Go ahead, please.
Okay. I think I can't hear you from my end.
Please go ahead.
If you can hear me. My name is Jukes from Abba.
All right.
Talking about INEC. See, you cannot be a judge in your case. Nigeria is playing. We are playing. You haven't learned. Seriously. How can the president be appointing the INEC chairman, which he himself will be in the ballot box? Is not proper. Those rules have to change. Even if you remove Yakubu tomorrow, he will still favor somebody that
one of his brothers went and stole gold that was up to millions of money. So they did everything to cover him. But we brought him to the limelight. See, why I'm telling this story is this. This 3-eye red that was removed, Saboni have said it all. They are the victim. The greatest victim on this side is Mahmoud Yakub. They should remove him too. They should remove him. So this trainers, they just use them as a scapegoat. They should remove Mahmoud Yakub. At the moment, our constitution said that president will appoint the members of INEC. That was what I could say. They have not changed that. So let him, even if he does appoint his own.
The Shagaris and Aminu Kanus and Waziris, Azikiwe and Awolowos. Of course, we had NEC then, National Electoral Commission. It was not independent. There was nothing like independent then. All right. The elections he conducted, good. But from 1999, Nigerians are worried. And that's the reason, yes, like you have just said, you're recommending that we should have an independent platform, on which an INEC chairman, like many other institutions' heads in this country, should be appointed so that they can be neutral, in handling affairs like the election, for instance. All right, I think you may not just be wrong after all.
Right. To seek election into the office of the governor in Imo State, and Okoye was used to replace him. Why is he fighting over a lost battle? And they have seen that the members of the BOG and others are backing Okoye. I think he should just resign into fate. If he had won the governorship seat in Imo State, would he still come back as the national secretary of PDP? The answer is no. So let him forget about it. I know that it's typical with Nigerian politicians. They want to eat their cake and they also want to have it. And he's one of those who are causing problem in that party, PDP. The last thing I want to talk about this morning is on the stack of some state recent electoral officers of INEC in various states, of which Abia is one of them. I expected it. Like Bonnie, you rightly pointed out, you say the thief will be catch, and I'm the thief.
I have to go today and there. All right. Thank all of you for joining us. Tomorrow we'll be back, still on People in Politics. It's been nice having you. My name is Bonnie Onogu.
My name is Anastasia Uchina. Thank you for sharing your time with us.
Enwere you one obere for 25 mm maka ọmarịcha ụmụ okoro na ụmụ agbọghọbịa ndị ma ihe a na-eme.